It's Wednesday, WTF Wednesday. That's not to say there were not glitches, and there are still glitches happening.
Welcome to WTF Wednesday, where every week we talk about stupid that we've encountered that you should try to avoid. Hello! Happy WTF Wednesday! And Trev, we're in the office, but we have power. And we're actually in
we have power at home
on purpose. I know, but we are still in the office, even though we have power at home, and we're here on purpose. And why are we here on purpose? I'll tell you why. Because we actually forgot how much we love our office and why we don't even come here. We've had this office for 2.5 years, and we would never come here. We would work at home. And here we are at the office. So
during a pandemic where many people are remote working, we're going to our office.
We're going to our office. So we're really happy. So WTF Wednesdays, where we kind of talk about stupid shit that we've encountered that you should try to avoid. This was originally set up to help business owners with a myriad of business topics, except for the fact that because we specialize in business financing as brokers, we have become experts with disaster financing, and thus every week has been some nonsense about disaster financing and what's going on with the disaster financing or what's not going on with the disaster financing. Before we get into this, Trevor, since you're the resident expert here at Aurora Consulting, I just would like to say, if you're watching us right now, please, please, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We are really trying to work that channel up. We're trying to get more subscribers. I'm on the bandwagon of loving YouTube like crazy and would love for you to subscribe to the channel. So there,
and give us the thumbs up on YouTube.
Give the thumbs up on YouTube if you are going to get something out of this. We really appreciate it.
Shamalama, bing bang, jazz that algorithm, baby.
There we go. So Trev, since let's just get into it. WTF? There's no stimulus happening right now.
Nada.
There is a ton of stuff talking about executive orders and legislation and all this, but nothing is happening. There's nothing that's been passed.
Hocus pocus.
Yeah. So can we just get into the nitty gritty? Because we're seeing a lot of great headlines on videos talking like they're going to talk about great stuff, but really there's nothing happening. Hello, Tim Song.
There was the Cold War that I grew up in, that Linda didn't really grow up in because she's considerably younger than I am. And during the Cold War, there was always the imminent threat of Russian missiles attacking the United States. And there's the famous Dr. Strangelove movie by my favorite director, Stanley Kubrick, and Nuclear Armageddon. You know, so if you can imagine nuclear Armageddon, missiles flying through the air, cities being decimated, humans being vaporized, their shadows against walls from where they were vaporized. That's what's going on with stimulus negotiations in Washington, D.C. right now, and has been doing so for weeks.
For weeks. I mean, last week we were talking about this, and yet here we are again, and still nothing has happened. And Tim Sohn was with us last week, where he said,
"Hey, Tim."
He said, you know, thanks for like calling them out. And now today he's saying shouts, not shout outs, because there's nothing going on. There is
all parties.
It's all political nonsense.
There is regardless of your political ideology and which direction you lean, our leaders have failed us for businesses. The executive order signed on Friday does nothing for businesses, and in fact, there are many people who say that it doesn't really do anything for American citizens either. That's a whole other topic out of our purview. The only thing existing right now is the economic injury disaster loan, the EIDL loan. which we are still signing up new clients. We signed up 3 new clients this week, and we're still working on obtaining funds for those clients through the program. But if you've already received the EIDL funding, where do you go? Our clients are calling us. They're running out of money. They're saying the PPP didn't do it. The EIDL didn't. The funds are exhausted. What, I need more money. I mean, people are calling us. I'm not kidding. On the verge of tears. Business owners who are saying, I need more money. I need more help. We've looked at grants from local charity organizations, not-for-profit organizations, community organizations, chambers of commerce, including the United States Chambers of Commerce. Nothing happening. We were able to help one business here in Connecticut, actually 2 businesses owned by the same person, take advantage of Governor Lamont's Department of Economic Development state grant, but that was early days here in Connecticut. That was before PPP was even launched, when we were still trying to figure out what does EIDL even stand for, you know. And so we with a lot of quarrelsome struggles with state of Connecticut, though, we got that done, and that business was funded. But that's our only success story on alternative sources. Inc.com. Which is, you know, one of the resources I read, even they are struggling to give advice to business owners. You know, the headline in the daily newsletter I get from Inc.com the other day said, you know, running out of money, stimulus not passed yet. Here are other sources, and so I clicked on it. I wanted to, what sources is Inc.com recommending that I can?
You fell for it.
Totally fell for it. Total clickbait, because all the article was talking about was the Main Street Lending Program, which is not really meeting the standards for our business. Most of our clients are not meeting standards because you need a minimum of $250,000 loan and all kinds of other types of requirements. That's really more for larger businesses. But also, we're finding out that program, the Federal Reserve was hauled in front of Congress last week and lambasted for how poorly that program has been rolled out. And then Inc.com recommended all the same avenues that we've told people. There's the IRS payroll tax deduction that you can coordinate with your CPA or your payroll company to get. But by the way, if you take advantage of that program, you may be disqualified from getting SBA stimulus money.
What?
Wait, what?
Sorry, wait, what?
I
wish I had, Tim, don't be mad. I tried to do the snap camera. I wish I had snap camera for filters on, like, I'm sorry. Crickets? Yeah.
So WTF?
All right. Well,
no stimulus for small biz. Still.
You know, we've seen a lot of YouTube videos on YouTubers that are, I mean, they got a good channel going. They have
68,000 followers.
Oh, or more than that, and just the views alone, you know. And the headline is misleading.
WTF? They got all these followers, and they're spewing falsehoods.
They're talking about past legislation, which is not true, but then they talk about, you know, an executive order or something that has nothing to do with the fact that the business owners are just they're not getting the money because there is no new law passed yet for stimulus money.
Bad YouTube videos, fake news, incorrect information about SBA in general and SBA programs in particular, fake deadlines, and these the time, you know, if it's a 12-minute YouTube video you're watching, that's 12 minutes of your life you will never get back. You probably were better off contacting your COVID pandemic-proofed doctor's office or dentist's office to go in for that root canal you didn't know you needed.
Yeah. So, all right, let's listen. Our YouTube channel is nothing compared to these other channels that are, you know, having inaccurate information or misleading information with awesome titles that get the views. But
we believe in results,
and I want that. So I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, Trevor. And that's what I don't want to go down that road. Let's just talk about actually the pre-COVID, what we used to do, which is business financing and structuring business plans for businesses when they need business financing, because we still do that. And I think everyone is scrambling around a little bit, that maybe there just hasn't been the time dedicated towards some of that planning and preparing to prosper because of pivoting. So you see how I did all my alliterations for my P's? I love my alliterations. Let's talk about what
Linda loves letters that match.
Let's just talk about what business owners can do as a fundamental baseline to prepare, because this is another thing, and then I'll let you loose on this. We have two new prospects that we're talking to. One is someone who may be creating a new product, and she needs a business plan for investors. Okay, so we're going to hopefully help her with that. And then we have a new prospect who is acquiring a new business, and he needs business financing. So, I think the lender said to us when we spoke to them, this morning, what are their plans for COVID? What is happening if nothing is happening because, again, of COVID? So
the lender gave it a name, COVID impact statement.
COVID impact. It has a name now. So do you want to share what are some of your thoughts on, planning?
Oh, yeah. Shamalama Bing Bang, baby. I want to share.
Brian Schulman. Hello, Brian Schulman is with us.
Hey, Brian.
Another
WTF Wednesday.
Yes.
You need a guidebook. You need a roadmap. You need a tourist guide, and an instruction manual, a pandemic pivot business plan that accounts for surviving the current pandemic conditions and anticipates unknown catastrophes, like Isaias, the storm that ravaged the state of Connecticut last week, including our house and our community, and it wiped out power.
6 days.
6 days, no power. You need a written business plan today more than ever. So in our first year and some months of business, we did a lot of deals for financing businesses of all types, refinancing, lines of credit, business acquisitions. And in every case except one, I would contact the client and say, hey, listen, here's the documents I need. I need your tax return, I need your bank statement, I need this, that, and I need your business plan.
Crickets.
I don't have a business plan, including a business with gross revenues in excess of $6.5 million a year. And that business, the owners of that business actually own multiple businesses, no written business plan. I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
Not even a summary, not even a mission statement. That was in what we used to call normal times. Pandemic, you need it. First of all, if you're going for financing, you need a business plan anyway. But now that's enhanced, as we discussed a moment ago. Lenders are asking for a COVID impact statement. Lenders are assessing the risk, not just for your business in general, but also how is your business impacted today and going forward with the pandemic? What are you doing to prepare for that? What are you doing that anticipates further problems, further lockdowns, employee attrition, etc., employees who can't or won't come to work because of fear to getting infected. So where is that? You need to include that business plan. Our other company, Bridge Street Business Plans, addresses those issues in every business plan that we write. We're thinking of the pivot, but we're also thinking of pandemic survival. We're looking at unknown catastrophes that come up, and we're putting that, including cyber threats. It's a big part of what our thinking is. What's called zero trust cyber security attitudes towards your business. I don't care how small or how big your business is. Zero trust cybersecurity attitudes. We're implementing all of those features into the business plan because it's a whole new paradigm.
Exactly.
I
another P, paradigm.
Another
Plan,
P.
Prepare, prosper, pivot, paradigm.
Pandemic. Linda and I, when we first kind of came to this realization last year about all these clients that didn't have business plans, I turned to her and said, I don't understand. Now, Linda, you owned an insurance agency. You had a written business plan. You had a human resources manual for a small little agency with just a few employees. I was a loan officer and a director of business development at a mortgage company. I wasn't the owner of the business, I had as a loan officer, a guy who
Right.
works on commission, who goes out there and finds people who want to borrow money for houses. I had a 22-page business plan.
I know you're passionate. Another
Another
P.
P.
But you know,
WTF.
for those who may not have explored this as a baseline for your business, especially with the pandemic, and since going forward, if when you're surviving and thriving, a business plan is going to be essential. Just start. I mean, we have a free basic outline that you just can get from our website, bridgestreetbusinessplans.com, and just have that as a basic business. A couple people have reached out to me asking for it, downloaded it from the website. It's just smart business. So just want to throw that out there as a baseline to have the basic outline.
I know I just said to you, but so one last thought.
Yes.
Tagging on what you just said, a smart business. You have to be smarter than ever, because this pandemic and other catastrophes, climate change and more ferocious storms, firestorms and such in California, cyber threats from malicious players all around the planet. It's not a matter of just being smart. This is a Darwinian moment. This is survival of the strongest, survival of the fittest. If you're a business owner who is not thinking creatively and intelligently about pandemic pivot, cyber, unknown catastrophes, and if you're not creating a business plan to write that down, you're not going to be in business anymore, because that's the Darwin moment. Those are the people who have no business being in business.
Well, okay. Well, we don't want to end it on too much of a negative note.
Shamalama Bing Bang. We signed up 5 new clients this week, and we're talking about a $4 million FedEx acquisition route with a lender this morning. So it can get much more positive than that. Shamalama Bing Bang.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, please reach out. You can reach us at Bridge Street plan at bridgestreetbusinessplans.com, or my favorite, curious@auroraconsulting.biz. If you want to talk about business plans, business financing alternatives. The thing is, there are a lot of solutions that we have that many business owners are not aware of, and most banks and lenders don't do. And we want business owners to have resources available to them, especially now more than ever. So, reach out to us and let us, talk to us. It doesn't cost you anything just to talk through, like, what are you guys talking about? You talk about business plans, you talk about financing, you talk about insurance. What's going on? Reach out, talk to us.
We can spell cyber.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, have a great WTF Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in with us. Please give us a thumbs up wherever you are on YouTube.
And be sure to subscribe on YouTube rather.
Yes, please subscribe on YouTube. I'm really on the bandwagon with the YouTube situation. So please thumbs up and hit that subscribe and hit that bell. And we will see you next Wednesday. WTF. All right. Bye.